Next, in our Watches and Wonders 2023 tour, we are at Lange Söhne to see the one and only watch they seem to be peddling. This is the Odysseus Chronograph. Tom, you might remember last year when we were at Watches and Wonders and Anthony de Haas put on a very good display for us to show us the titanium Odysseus.
Yeah, absolutely. Very interesting presentation, very entertaining guy, and a great watch. But what have they done now to zhuzh it up even further?
They have bunged in, for the very first time for Lange Söhne, a self-winding chronograph. This is the caliber L156.1, but it is no ordinary device. Let me take you on a little tour of this watch to show you some of the features so you can make suitable ooh and ah noises. You ready?
Ooh.
Wait.
Sorry.
You might remember on the previous Odysseus there is the big day and big date functions left and right on the dial, and you might also remember that the crown guards double up as quick set pushers for those little fellas.
Yep.
The same is still true, so you might be wondering how is the chronograph activated? Well, it's all a matter of the crown, Tom. If you pull the crown out to its first position, the chronograph pushers are actually the day and date quickset pushers, but when the crown is screwed in your usual typical daily functioning mode, they become the chronograph pushers. Hold for applause.
That's very clever. It sounds really simple, but I bet that was a heck of a job to implement that.
Yep, that's the Germans for you, never making it easy for themselves, but making it look simple, so everyone doesn't appreciate it quite as much as they should.
Yeah, and who wouldn't be used to just, popping out the crown to the first position to set the date? That's how it goes. So, yeah, brilliant.
Exactly, but it gets even more wacky still, because you might be wondering which parts of this watch are the chronograph function.
Yeah, there's a lot of hands there. What's going on? Is it a split?
You're kind of right. The subdial at 6 o'clock is still the running second, so you can still use this as you could the normal Odysseus. And the two central hands in silver and red are your chronograph minutes and seconds.
Okay.
Those are the two that go around when you press start, stop and reset with this chronograph, all the way up to 60 minutes.
Right, okay, handy.
Yes, very good. Now, it gets even more complicated because they've thrown in a fun little reset mechanism that if you have the vision of a fly, you will be able to see. Everyone else, it's virtually indistinguishable. So get this. If you run the chronograph up to just under 30 minutes, when you stop and reset, the minute chronograph hand will snap back to 12. It will go back anti-clockwise the way it came. The seconds hand, the chronograph seconds hand, will spin around the number of times it took to get there in the first place. So if you're at 29 minutes, it'll spin backwards, anti-clockwise, 29 times.
That sounds like fun.
But if you stop the chronograph over 30 minutes, the minute hand will reset clockwise back to 0, the shortest time. And the chronograph seconds will spin the number of times that there are minutes left between where you've stopped it and that 12 o'clock point.
I like the sound of that, but it's imperceptible, you say?
It does seem to be that way. There is a helpful interactive guide that you can play with on their website and a video with it in slow motion as if to prove the point. So when it comes to chronographs, it's usually the hand-wound ones that everyone wants because you can see all the good stuff. However, Lange Söhne has managed to make a pretty nice eyeful of this self-winding chronograph. It sits in a 42.5mm, 14.2mm thick steel case and is 120 meters water resistant. 100 pieces only though, so I think you're going to have to make do with the pictures for this one, Tom.
Okay, yeah. Might be able to scrape together enough to get one in time, but if not, that's all right. Yeah, that's a damn fine watch, isn't it?
It is, and it is a great addition to the Odysseus collection. Dear viewer and listener, what do you think? Do you think this is a fine addition? Do you think these complications and functions are cool, or are you left a little bit bemused? Let us know in the comments below. On to the next one.